This movie just makes me feel dank. You ever felt dank?
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.
Hey guys, Mike here. We watched the movie 2001, Planet of the Apes, the shitty remake that nobody wanted. Actually, I think people were pretty excited for it, really. I mean, when you think back to the time, Tim Burton, that makes sense, right? It was before all his shitty white makeup caked movies that he's doing now. Mark Wahlberg, an awesome cast, Paul Giamatti, Michael Clark Duncan, may he rest in peace. Hillary Bonham Carter, it's her and Tim Burton met and went on to make the string of awful movies that they have made. Even though the guy made Batman. I mean, he made 89 Batman. We will always love him for that in Edward Scissorhands. But yeah, the opening of this movie felt like a Batman movie. That was cool. I was excited watching it. It was like that slow, like, the music was playing. It was just the way it was going. I don't know. It just felt like Batman to me. That was cool. Got me excited. And then I saw the special effects in space, and I was like, this makes sense. Now I know why everybody says this sucks already. But Mark Wahlberg comes out, and he's not the Mark Wahlberg from today, obviously. He's a little bit slender, a little still kind of ghetto, even though he wasn't terrible in this movie. He was still, you got the underwear model feel from him still, a little bit. But he wasn't that bad. He's got his little ape, and they're doing tests, but he's an astronaut, and he wants to go do the test, so they send the ape into space, and the ape gets lost, and then Mark Wahlberg's like, I'm going to get my monkey. And then I do a terrible Mark Wahlberg impersonation, and he goes to get his ape. He crash lands on a planet that's ruled by apes. From there on, it's really supposed to be the same kind of remake, but it's not at all because it's shitty. The space crash itself is awesome. Like, it's amazing, the technical stuff they did with it. And this one, it was just like gaudy, terrible special effects. Way too long of a plane crash, and it was just god-awful direction and god-awful everything. But he lands, and the ship sinks. It looks like it lands in a tiny little pond. Like, you don't have the cool scenery or anything from the first movie. He lands in like a marsh. It's just Mark Wahlberg. There's nobody for him to talk to or anything like that. He gets out, and he's just doing, you know, mouth breathing or whatever. And he gets out, and immediately here comes Kris Kristofferson, who they picked to do that role just because he looks like a hippie who would be like an indigenous human in the middle of nowhere. And the girl who's supposed to be, I guess, Nova's character, who's just this blonde chick who's, yeah, she's kind of hot. But the mystique, the awesomeness that was Nova is totally gone. It's not this girl at all. This girl just looks like Kristen Stewart. She's just kind of like... And here's the big fucking thing. Humans talk. They talk. They don't even seem that stupid. They're just like, yeah, they put us in these weird loincloths and apes run shit, you know? But, you know, we're cool with it. You know, we could revolt or try to put shit together, but we're just stupid. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. It makes no sense. Like, why do the humans talk? And I'm not one of these guys like, everything has to be the same as the original. I'm all for the reimagining that Burton says this was. But it was a shitty fucking imagination that he had when he made it. Because Kris Kristofferson is pointless as shit. His point is just to be there and have his old dirty hair. Tim Roth, I forgot to mention, he's badass in this movie, but his monkey's stupid. Sorry, ape. His ape is stupid. It's like the whole time that he's on screen, he's like... I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking mad. I'm so fucking mad. I'm really fucking mad. Fuck, I'm mad. It's like, we get the point. You're an angry ape and you are the bad guy. We totally understand. You don't have to just seethe like that all the time. But no, Tim Roth's voice was good. I think he did a good job under the makeup. The whole thing's just creepy and weird. All the apes look creepy and weird. My voice goes high. All the apes look creepy and weird, and I just don't like it, especially Hillary Bonham Carter's ape. Michael Jackson. It looks like Michael Jackson, only it's got like lipstick almost on, and it's got like a salon haircut, and she's all about like wanting to have sex with Mark Wahlberg, I think. There's all these little innuendos and the way she looks at him and smells him or whatever it is that apes do to show that they want to have sex with Mark Wahlberg. She does that like the entire movie, and it's just creepy and weird and awkward and off-putting, and I hate it. I really, really, really hate it. Even Mark Wahlberg, you could tell had to be thinking, get off me, you dirty ape. I gotta stop being shitty at that. So, yeah, she's just, I hate her the whole time. Everything she says and does, it's just like, you're stupid, go away. You know, it's just like a creepy ape that has a crush on Mark Wahlberg, and that's like the whole point. And the movie centers around her and her stupid thoughts and feelings. She's, her character's just dumb and terrible. Paul Giamatti just looks weird and just... I don't like the the way their eyes move. I don't like the way their mouths move. I don't like the way the apes look or whatever. For a second, it's kind of technically impressive, and then the very next second, it's like, this is stupid, and it feels like I'm at Chuck E. Cheese. Mark Wahlberg is not even used. He's just a decent-looking guy who's put in the middle of this situation, who is just like the guy that the camera's on most of the time. He doesn't really like do anything. I mean, he doesn't say anything that special. He barely has that many words, it seems like. It's just, I don't know, whatever. And he talks. He never has a problem talking, unlike the original movie. And there's just no, it's a hard movie to even talk about because it just doesn't need to exist on this earth. They didn't do anything good. There's just nothing good in this movie for me. I can't find a single redeemable quality about this film. Everybody's motives are stupid. I hated this movie. It was hard for me to even follow because I was like, why do I even care? I just don't care at all. They really shit on the original movie with this. And then you've got that crazy ass ending, which I'm not gonna lie, was my favorite part of the movie. It might make whatever sense or have all these crazy theories behind it, and it's really dumb, I mean really dumb, that for any reason, I don't care what kind of time travel, crazy continuum, whatever the fuck you can think of for it, there's no reason for there ever to be an Abraham Lincoln. For there ever to be the statue of Abraham Lincoln to be an ape. You know, if the apes took over then, and they're cops, and there's ape cops with the same uniforms on, that's fine, but never has to have the same statue with the ape on it. That was just so stupid and dumb. That was awful. Good Lord. I don't know what Tim Burton was smoking when he made this movie, but everybody had to know, like, we're making a shit movie right now. It was like Batman and Robin. Epically bad to me. This movie for me is a 1.5 out of 10. I absolutely hated this movie, and I don't usually like trash movies like this. You know, I try to find what's good about them. I cannot find a single thing really that I like about this movie, except for the ending. At least they kind of brought back that crazy, weird ending that came out of nowhere. Like, kind of the first one, it was just that creepy, just like Doom when he finds the Statue of Liberty. And, you know, Tim Burton was kind of being an asshole trying to one-up him with this stupid Abraham Lincoln thing, but whatever. At least it was interesting. It was... even though it was interesting because it was stupid as shit, but the rest of the movie was just like, hey, this is a really shitty TV-made version of what you know, Charlton Heston and the guys did on the original Planet of the Apes. Only they're wasting a lot more money in this one. And then you get to the end, and at least it's weird and different. I don't know. At least they threw something out, and it wasn't like creepy apes giving people lap dances and shit like that. That whole movie, the sexual innuendos and the creepiness about this movie was just awful and just. This movie just makes me feel dank. You ever felt dank? Me either, but that's how this movie made me feel. I'll never watch it again as long as I shall live. 1.5 for me. This movie's total shit. The cast tried, and that's what gets my entire 1.5. For you guys personally, what is your most disappointing remake that you hated more than any other remake out there? For me, it's gonna be this one. I'm gonna absolutely go with this one. I would go with H2, but no, I don't think H2 was even as bad as this one, and that wasn't a remake technically. So. Even though they say this is a reimagining, dude crashes his spaceship on a planet ran by apes and has to get away. It's a fucking, you know, it's a remake. Whatever Tim Burton wants to call it. If I were him, I wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I was there. I'd be like, that was somebody the fuck else. Comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree, disagree? I love you guys. We'll see you next time. We'll see you with the next review. It'll be Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and then finally, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I'll see you guys next time.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.